Right, and welcome to ERAGON. Today is your lucky day and possibly the only day for my last recording. So, on my last recording that I did have 3 goes at doing the game, but I did not complete the game fully up to 100% just yet, because as before that I did say that I had 3 levels to do, which was of course the only 3 that I ended up doing last time, which was this one here, which is the final battle, defend the Varden, and of course VRG, or shall we say, let's do it this way, Ergo attack. There you go. I did those 3, which is got 2 sets of eggs, but once again you have to get each single egg from each of the levels, including the 6 that is all attached in a long line like this. If you watch closely, where the circles are poking around all over the place are very bright orangey ones. So these are the 6 levels, all attached in a long line that you have to collect eggs from. But there's also another level, which will be the 17th level on the PlayStation 2, but you don't have to worry about finding an egg in that level. But I can't get to it until I've done a specific thing, which once again I have done 2 levels. So this time I'm going to do this level again to hope and pray that I can get the egg collected instead of having absolute trouble with collecting it. So let's find out. So once again, once you have collected the egg, you will be able to do level 17. Only way of dealing with him is that blade that ERAGON's got. But before I continue, right, Brom used to have that blade, and now ERAGON's got it. And that's the only way you can kill Durza. Right, once again, you've got L3 to move around. And of course, once you collect the egg and you have died, you will be able to go to level 17. But if you think that you have collected the egg and you die, and you think, have I got to do that again to get level 17 unlocked? No. So don't worry about that. So as long as you complete it, with having fun kicking shit out of him, then you're all good. But a minute, I haven't collected the egg at all. So all I've got to do is complete it and collect the egg. And then I should be able to show you that it is doable.
You should have accepted my offer, boy.
But once again, all you got to do is kick the shit out of him and avoid him as much as you can, and then you'll be all good. So the egg is basically somewhere in the sky. Eventually it'll fly towards you. All you got to do is get in the right place for it to go straight towards Saphir, the dragon that you use. Also, once again, you might have just one chance of collecting it. But as I've completed it without picking the egg, I'm going to have to do it again. Because I haven't collected that bloody egg. So I haven't collected that egg.
Final battle.
So once again, when you pick it up, you don't have to worry about skipping this level to get the egg instead. So once you've collected it from the sky, wherever it'll be, then you'll be all good to go for it. So as long as you bump around, well, should I say, if you just stay in one piece, you need to fly around the place to try and bump into the blue egg, and then it'll be unlocked of the final level of the 17th out the lot on the PS2. But once again, on the Xbox 360, you will have 19 levels in total, which will be 18 levels on the line attached to the other, and then you'll be all good to do that. I missed it. So also you can also try and avoid him if you can as well to stay alive. To have a good couple of goes at trying to find it. Or try and get it in the sky. It's bound to be somewhere. But also you might have one chance of bumping into it.
Not bad for a child.
As you saw, I just almost had it. But as long as you get into it, there's that bloody egg. So still, like I say, you got one chance of collecting it while you're in the air. But also what I'm doing is just trying to stay in one piece, as well as try and look around in the sky to see if I can pick it up. Also, the colour you're looking for is a blue colour. That's what you're looking for.
Feel my fire.
Now you will pay.
It's like I said, as long as you're still alive and you just collect the egg
Never win, Durtha.
from the sky, wherever it's going to be,
Rissinger.
and then you should be able to hunt down the level that you'll need to unlock, which will be another 17. But as you saw, that I just absolutely had it up here somewhere last time and I just freaking didn't get it.
Time for you to taste dragon fire, beast.
It is a little bit tricky to get hold of. But like I say, once you've collected it in one go, even without completing the game without the egg, you have number a level 17 unlocked. That's all you got to do.
All of Allegesia will bow before me.
Also with this game, that on this level, it can knock your fingers out.
You should have accepted
Ah,
my offer,
flicking missed
boy.
it.
Dark magic.
So yeah, as long as you don't go out as well. Yeah. But sometimes that can always do that to you, to say you're not doing that. But as long as you grab that bloody egg,
Final battle.
and then it'll be unlocked. Level 17. And that's what I'm doing. Right, also, like I said, it will take me a couple of attempts to do it, which I'm going to do.
All of Allegesia will bow before me.
Right, also, if you want to send fire for the dragon, just hold X, dab. It'll last a few seconds.
Rissinger.
And if you want to use arrows like I am, just keep L1, R1 in, and keep pushing X in and out.
But your skills still nourish me.
Time for you to taste dragon fire, beast.
You should have accepted my offer, boy.
I'll burn you. Dark magic. Feel my fire.
You will still die.
Also, a bit of bird will be
Rissinger.
around the place
The ultimate price.
for you to get some health. That's how I know where you can survive.
Time for you to taste dragon fire, beast.
There's that bloody egg.
No mercy.
And I died again. So yeah, you got to try and collect that egg.
Never win, Durtha.
But like I said, it can be a bit tricky to fucking get hold of it.
Rissinger.
But once you do, then you'll unlock
I sense fire when I'm not in the beast.
that level. But once again, as I haven't done it, I'm not going to be able to show you.
Dark magic.
But also what I could do
Impressive. But your skills still
is use another memory card.
Rissinger.
Time for you to taste dragon fire, beast.
You
Also, sometimes you can always fly around in a circle in a way
Brissinger.
if you want.
All of Allegesia will bow before me.
Also, sometimes this thing can knock your fingers out.
Feel my fire! Time for you to taste dragon fire.
You should have accepted my offer, boy. Not bad for a child. Brissinger. Hold still.
Zelda is using his magic.
And also have done that again. Also, you don't want to keep restarting the levels again either. That's the other bit to it.
Hold still. Never win, Gopher. Now you will die, Dragon Rider.
I sense fire when it comes to these.
Brissinger.
Like I say, sometimes it's always best to use it on easy
But your skills still need
difficulty level.
you will still die.
Just a stopping, kick and show, yeah.
Time for you to taste dragon fire. I'll burn.
All of Allegesia will bow before
Also, he's got electric.
Feel my fire!
you. Should have accepted my offer, boy.
That's the thing he's got. Also, like I say, you can always just try and leave the fire and the fire and the arrows that you got, and try and bump into.
Brissinger. No mercy this time.
Ah, fucking missed it. See, sometimes it's not that easy to fucking get on it. It's like I say, sometimes you might want to try and
There we go.
keep flying around the place,
Time for you to taste
because
dragon
that might allow you to have a chance of going back to collecting it again if it pops up somewhere. Because I think that's another option you can do to try and get hold of it. Also, you want to try and move around the place to avoid his flames and his electricity. But I don't think his electricity will stop you getting it. Stay alive. Like I say, as long as you keep bloody knowing where the egg is and collecting it.
Now you will die, Dragon Rider. Never win, Gopher. Brissinger.
But once you do,
fire when it comes to these.
then the level will be available.
Hold still. Brissinger.
Time for you to taste dragon fire. I'll burn.
Also, that will be Saphira's voice speaking out as well. What she does.
But your skills still won't save you. Raining fire. Brissinger. You will still die.
So like I said, the egg is bound to be somewhere. You just got to hope and pray it flies towards you and you just get in the right place to collect it. Who's that bloody thing?
ERAGON, dark magic.
So like I said, as long as you stay alive and try and get the bloody egg. Who's that thing?
Feel my fire.
So sometimes it's easy to find and sometimes it ain't.
You should have accepted my offer, boy.
So it looks like I'm not going to be able to find it. Or collect it anyway. It's so bloody awkward. Trust me.
Now you will die, Dragon Rider. Never win, Dozer.
Also, sometimes you might want to try and see a blue colour
Going up in the east.
in the sky for you to know whereabouts the egg is. There's another thing you can do.
Impressive, but your skills still won't save you.
As long as you don't see his little blue bits.
Whittaker.
Time for you to taste dragon fire, beast. I'll burn
You will still die.
So yeah. That's all you gotta do.
ERAGON, dark magic.
Not bad for a child.
Where is it?
Feel my fire.
Where the hell is it?
Whittaker.
Where is it? I'm gonna be able to find it, aren't I? So like I said, it's going to take a while for you to find it. But once you do,
Now you will die, Dragon Rider. Never win, Dozer. All of Allegasia will bow before you.
I sense fire running up in the east.
also had a couple of goes at it and I just blew it.
Whittaker.
Also the other thing is, with that, you can always, there we are, there it is.
No matter.
Right, so once you've collected it, there we go. Once you collect it, and if you do kill him, the level 17 will be unlocked on PlayStation 2. Or if you do collect it and you do die, still the level 17 will be available for you to use. And then you don't have to worry about anything else. But once again, with the Xbox 360, there is 19 levels in total. So with
Feel my fire.
the 19 levels on Xbox 360,
Time for you to taste
there's
dragon
one
fire.
that will be exactly the same as the next level I'm going to do soon. But with the other 18 levels on the Xbox 360, they will be on the line. It'll be attached to the other ones, like I said before. You're going down. You're going down. Right, also there's a thing with a blue line at the bottom. That is your magic. For certain skills that you can do. But magic tricks, basically. Which I'll explain to you in a few seconds or so.
The Shade defeated, Arya left to prepare her people for Galbatorix's revenge. Both she and ERAGON had a duty, a destiny to fulfill. But already the legend of ERAGON, the great Shade Slayer, had begun to spread throughout Alagasia. And the Varden, who I, Ashihad, lead, would never forget the debt we owe to Saphira, the mighty dragon, and ERAGON, the brave dragon rider that sits upon her.
Right, so there you go. There's that level complete at last. With the egg. Right, so the magic tricks that you can collect in the game, which is push and pull. Pull enemies towards you and push them away from you. With triangle to say, go away. X, come to me. And also with the magic, you're going to always need to hold L1. So you need to keep L1 button permanent in. With all the magic, including push and pull. Like I said, triangle, push them away from you, and X towards you for the enemies to do that. You've also got some magic arrow to hit him with L1, R1, and X button in for you to do that. You've got a nice little shield for you to rip several load of shields off enemies, which is involving the square button with L1, and also you could do fire with the circle button, and I've got the L1 button to do that. Okay, so there is the egg finally collected, and the health is all the way at the top. Just like on the top left hand side of the screen there is a blue colour and a red colour to say your health is red and blue is the magic that you can use. Right, also what we're going to do is skip the lyrics, and we're going to go to this one over here. Now this little picture on the right is the 17th level, which is the throne room. or whatever Throne is about to be. But I would presume it's throne room. Right, now with this level here, all you got to do is stay alive as long as you can and kick the shit out of however how many enemies that you can kick the shit out of. So I said before, on the Xbox 360 there are 18 levels on the line, which will be all the way around here, all the way around. But on the PlayStation 2 that I'm on, there's only 16. And so yeah, Xbox 360 has got 18 of them attached along this line, and the 19th one will be over here. Which is a shame. It's a real big shame that they haven't got it on the PlayStation 2 as well, but oh well. Because on the Xbox 360 there's 2 extra levels in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do this game on this final recording. So, you can find out how many enemies I'm going to kick the shit out of without dying. As well as, of course, you get Motec as well. But shame that you haven't got Brom with you. But it makes perfect sense why Brom is not in this level here. Yeah, because he died, as well as, of course, ERAGON's got his sword, doesn't he? Which is his magic sword. Powerful sword out of the lot of the game. But once again, in this game, you get 4 characters in the game. 2, which is for the second player that can have Brom or Motec. But if you're on your own, you can have 2 characters as well. Which is, of course, ERAGON, that has the magic of push and pull, magic arrow, magic shield to rip off shields off enemies, and of course some magic that you can use for burning enemies. As well as, of course, your extra character you can use is the dragon, which is Sophia. But unfortunately, this level, you don't get that. But also there is only 2 levels, but there is 3 levels actually, that you get to use Sophia, the dragon. Which is quite good on the PlayStation 2, to be honest. Okay, right, so this is the room that you'll be in, with 7 load of enemies, and you just got to kick the fucking shit out of them. That's all you gotta do, is kick the shit out of them. With, once again, magic L1 button pushed in for the blue bar that is on the left hand side of the screen there at the bottom. Right, also with certain magic, like push and pull for example, the blue bar will go all the way back up a bit more quicker. With the fire, and of course, especially the arrow, I think, it gets the line to take a bit more longer time before it gets all the way back up again. But with the other ones, especially the shield one, it can take a little bit more less time than the fire and the arrows before the blue line goes all the way back up again. But push and pull is always allows it to go up a bit more quicker. As well as also there's something else, which will be a barrel that will have some things in it. And when you're standing by it, you can hold L1 and hold the X, and then it will take a few seconds before you can use it again. But shame on this level, it doesn't have that. So further ado, let's see how many enemies that we kick the shit out of. As well as, of course, once again, if you die, which is ERAGON, or if the AI of Motec dies. This all depends on that. And the only way you can get your health back up is find some red from your enemies that you kick the shit out of, or boxes you can smash. Depends on if your health's down or not. Because if it's all the way up, you'll find a different colour, which is a green one, which will allow you to have the AI to have its yellow line at the bottom on the right hand side to go one way, and your green one, which is your character, will allow the line to go the other way. Something will happen when they are attached together, which I'll show you soon. Okay, further ado, you got only about 4 enemies to kick up shit out of. And also some of these enemies will have good voices to say, I need help.
I set them up, you clean them up.
And so you get all that kind of nice stuff as well. Right, also sometimes when you have still got full health and the AI's got Motec with a load of health, and there's a fair bit of health bit still lurking off ground, it'll have a few seconds before it vanishes. So keep that in mind. And there's one gone. Right, so the shield to rip off shields, L1 and square, which will do that. And of course it'll be Scoliet for whatever language that is. Because also in this game you can get ERAGON to say certain words as a certain language, especially if you're not English, or either if you're not Spanish. Of course. And of course that guy that said the king, he is the one that wants the egg. And Scoliet, once again, is the shield. One you can rip the shields off enemies. So far we've killed a fair load. But also sometimes you might want to keep the back boxes. So you want to keep those for a little while, so you can get some more health back up, especially if you're nearly really close down to die. And also sometimes you might need to get the AI to try and walk into it. Also you have some arrow dudes in here as well. You'll find all sorts of enemies in here. Ones with bow and arrows, some with swords, and some big dudes as well. The ones that need a bit more of a punch or a kill into it, which I'll explain to you in a few seconds. Right, also with the magic bow and arrow, Rising is the name of it, of the language when you're using the magic arrow. Oh, nice, he says. It's good kicking a shit out of, isn't it? So enjoy it as much as you can, and like if you're having a bad day of having traffic that's been a pain in the neck lately. Or your brother or your sister's pissing you right off for a day or two that you didn't want it to be exactly the way you wanted it. Right, also, right, if you look closely at the bottom of the screen there, there's a yellow line and a green line that's attached together. Now the way you can tell whether it's attached, when you see a little sparkly colour linked up to it, you say, yep, that's attached, and you can use it. Right, also, with that, the way you can activate it, I'll explain to you in a minute. But first, when you do use it, it will have a time limit before it runs out. Before you will be able to get it all the way back up again by just kicking the shit out of your enemies and finding boxes and barrels, well, especially boxes, and kicking the shit out of enemies, and then the green or the yellow line will be back together again. Now I'm going to use fire with a circle, but obviously no one's not at it. Yep. Yep. He's burning. But also, once again, with the other character of player 2, unless you're on your own. So if you're on your own like I am, what you want to do is keep an eye on their health, of the AI's decision of saying, do I get some more health or do I fucking not bother? Which is what part of the AI says sometimes, what it wants to do. And the way you can get it to go back up as well, what you can do is try and see your health go down and find a box and move away from the box and get the character of the AI to move it towards it to top the health bar back up instead. That's another way you can do it. And also when you move into certain levels, like I'm on level 9 or chapter 9 as it would say, it'll get fucking harder and harder every time. So like I said, as long as you stay alive. Also sometimes you might want to try and keep the yellow and the green line attached, just to help you a bit, to try and get to the highest level that you might think you'll be able to reach at. But at the minute, we are at Battle 10. There you go. That's what it's called. Battle 10. Depends on what battle you're in. Which is understandable. Also, what you want to do is try and take out the arrow dudes as well, to stop them from kicking the shit out of you, because otherwise it'll take your health out a bit more quicker than usual. So maybe you want to use the magic fire. And also, once again, if you have watched the film before of ERAGON, which is out in the world, you know exactly what it's all about and what's in the film. And this is roughly what this game's done. Exactly how the film goes, because this game's got cutscenes in there as well. And luckily, they've put all of the characters in there. Much better, indeed. Right, so I've pushed L3 and R3 together to slacken the line. Now, what that does is allows you to have a sharper sword to kick the shit out of the enemies. But once again, when you're in battle 16 or whatever level, of a higher number than you expect to be, the enemies will be a bit more tougher for you to deal with. So that's why sometimes the lines of the green and yellow will go a bit more down quicker than you say, hang on, why are you not dying so easily than that? So that'd be another reason why your line will go down a bit more quicker. But also another way you can do it, when you push L3 and R3 together, push the X and circle a little bit less many times as you do. So there's that for you. So far we are up to battle 13. Also, as you saw, there was a couple of shield dudes in here as well. So part of the level of the battle will stop you a bit more easier, because it'll find a way of getting ERAGON dead that you're using, or the AI with Motec that'll die a bit more quicker. But like I say, you got to try and move Motec around if you're playing on your own, and try and get him to get the health of the red colour for you to top the health back up. Magic, yeah. Burn you. So like I say, with the shield dudes, when they've got their own shields, use your shield magic with the square, and don't forget the L1 button. L1 button is always allow you to activate it, unless you don't want to, of course. There's that for you. So like I say, as long as you stay alive, and he stays alive, and the only way you can tell when they say they're full of health, as Motec said, much better. And you'll be able to get ERAGON to say it as well. So further ado, now you get fire arrows from these enemies now. So what they're doing is using fire arrows. So now, as we're on the next battle, whatever battle level we're on now, because I've forgotten. The only reason why is because I'm concentrating on fighting on the enemies than anywhere else, which is the general idea what you want to do. So as long as you keep an eye on where your health is, and then you'll be fine. Like I say, as long as you stay alive and everything else, you'll be fine. But also, once again, I did say that I'm gonna have my last recording, which is today, with, of course, all the eggs, and show you how many battles I've done before I'll either have Motec dead or ERAGON dead. But I'm the only one playing on my own with ERAGON, but the AI with Motec is doing fine at the minute. So you still got a lot of more fun watching me kicking the shit out of the enemies and teaching you a few bits and pieces of knowing which enemy is a bit more stronger than needs a specific thing that will kill them a bit more quicker. Or other ways of killing them instead of just using the X and circle the swords. Also, you can use the bow as well, which I haven't mentioned a while. So I'll get to that now. So when you're using the bow, what you want to do is hold the R1 button in, hold it in, and hold the X in as long as you want. But also when you're doing that, holding that X button in with the R1, more longer you keep it in there, unless the enemy starts to whack you and stopping you from doing it. So as I'm here now, well, as he put me off. So once again, when you're standing quite far away and you hold the R1 button and hold X in as long as you want, the arrow of the bow will easily kill them a bit more quicker. But still, if you use the magic with the L1 and the R1, that also will help you kill them a bit more quicker as well than usual. Especially if there's a load of them, anyway. Then we're battle 19 now. So as I say, with the lines when they're attached and you start to slacken them off, don't keep pushing the X or the circle too many times when you've got yourself far too far away from the enemies before they're dead, because otherwise you've barely got enough sharp blade or sharp bow for you to do that. So now we're up to battle 20. Yeah, magic's good for you. Right, also, so with these dudes here, you want to try and get rid of these ones as quick as you can. So get rid of them as quick as you can, and then you got a bit of a better chance. Before, you'll either get Motec dead or ERAGON dead. As you can see, my health's going down a bit. But I smacked a barrel at box and walked into some of these things, which is once again you want to try and get Motec to do that, because as I said, when the battle of the number goes up even higher, the more harder it freaking gets. And of course, once again, with the health of each of the enemies that you kill and it's still sitting there, it'll be there for a few seconds. You're probably looking at 15 seconds, I think, before they're dead. So yeah. Magic always works. ERAGON anyway. Right, once again, if you haven't watched the film before, I will give you some bits and pieces for you to know about the film. Right, okay, first things first with that is that ERAGON, he lives on a farm, and of course he lives with his grandpa, I think it is. No, uncle, shall we say. There you go, uncle. Okay, so in the film he lives on a farm with his uncle. And of course, he doesn't know that he does not have a wife, I think. Or it could be a girlfriend, one or the other. And of course, she doesn't, well, she knows that he lives on a farm. And basically, what she does, she steals an egg from Durza. That also Durza, that works with the king. And the king wants the egg before it hatches. But before the time that he finds out that the egg hatches, is that of course Arya, which is Eragon's girlfriend, she sends the egg to Eragon, and as he uses his bow to hunt down for some food, and before he fires his bow and hits a tree, the egg will apparate towards him, and before he picks it up, Arya lets Durza know that the egg is hatched. And then once that goes along, what happens after, or somewhere in the middle of it, of the film, the part of Eragon, he finds out it's a girl, but he doesn't know it's supposed to be a bird.
Forgive me if I don't.
And then, as it goes on, he finds out that he's going to want to try and teach the thing to fly. And eventually, when it does, it flies away. And then he says, "She's gone. She's gone." And then part of his hand lights up to burn his fingers, or whatever kind of bit it does, but I'm pretty sure it burns. And then when he looks up, it flies from the sky, it gets bigger, and he finds out it's a dragon. And as the film goes in further into it, he meets Brom in a little village somewhere. And then he tells Eragon about how to live his life, because he knows that the only way Durza can kill his dragon is to kill him. The only reason why Brom hasn't got his dragon is because he survived. And another kind of criminal kills the dragon instead. And then one day, Brom hunts him down, steals the sword that you get to use in the game. And then, as you saw in one of the levels that I did do, which was Durz's fortress. And then basically one part of the film of it does is when Brom and Eragon sleep somewhere. He gets a dream, Eragon does, to hear Arya, where she is, in Durz's fortress, and says, "Save me." Because basically what Durza wants is to get him to come to him, which is the reason why that Arya gets a dream to send a part of a dream to Eragon instead. As the film goes any further, you get to see a wall, which is part of one of the levels, which is of course the place that you'll be in, or in the film where they will be, which will be just Moteg and of course Eragon. They will be going to a place which is the Varden, to meet an army to fight up against the Razaks, which are roughly what these are. And then the film just goes like that. Some other bits and pieces about it, but all the other bits and pieces I've mentioned, and the bits I haven't mentioned, is because I'm going to keep it all a secret for you to watch the film if you're interested in it, or either you've already watched it before. So yeah, you don't really want spoilers, do you? Right, also I'm on Battle 34, which is not too bad at all. So yeah, as long as you stay alive and kick the shit out of the enemies, there you are. So once again, I'm going to try and stay as alive as much as I can, as well as Moteg to stay alive as well, which he's doing not too bad at all. So that's all you got to do, is just make sure the other person doesn't die, including you. He uses magic, yes. Oh yes. Well, as long as you got your brother or your sister with you, or just your brothers, instead of being on your own, then you get to use your own sword and your own bow. As long as the other person knows exactly how to use the magic to give the other person a better chance to stay alive, then you'll be okay. So still, we are still alive. We haven't died yet. So we're going to still continue for you to see how far I get. And I also wasn't expecting to get this far, but there you go. Also, once again, with the lines, you want to be careful when you keep pushing the circle and the X too many times. But if you still use it a fair lot of times, then just be careful. But still, if you do smash some barrels and boxes in health, you will have a few seconds before they vanish, before you'll be able to get those lines attached together again, just like I mentioned several other times. Yeah, we'll clean them all up. Motec, go and get some help, please. So like I say, you want to try and keep the other character alive by moving them around, back and forwards. Also, what I'm going to try and do is try and get over there so he can get some. There you go, see? That's what you got to do, is just keep trying to get the other one to move. Especially if you're on your own. 38. We're at a minute, so... Whizzing, yep. It's part of the magic of the arrow. Not a trail. What are you on about? Here, burn. And die. So like as you see, we use all these kind of magic stuff. And also what it does is resets to put new enemies in. Or mix them all up into certain different ones that's in there. Oh, Motec. I'm watching you. So like I say, as long as you try and keep an eye on the other health of the other one, and just keep on top of yours as well, especially if you're on your own, then you'll be fine. Where the fuck have you gone? Oh, hello. Right, you can stay there. Yeah, magic. It'll do you good. No, I'm not supposed to walk into that hole. So like I say, as long as you're not too close to it, while the other character's a little bit less than you. Motec, I'm watching you. So like I said, as long as you kill some of these and move away from the red bit of health. Yeah, Motec's got some. Because he was on the right hand side somewhere, where some bit was lurking about. So he's safe for a little bit. So as long as you do exactly what I said, then you'll be all okay. It's good, isn't it? Motec, go over there. That's fine, mate. We clean them up, yeah. Sling them on the floor and everywhere else. Oh, not a trail, what are you on about? Yeah, you're supposed to aim over there, but well. So yeah, as long as you do exactly that. Yeah, nice. Oh, you're over there? Yeah. Thought I was Motec there, but he was over there. Clearly. Okay, so now you got some more fire arrows dudes in here as well. So try and get rid of them as quick as you can. Because the thing with the fire arrows that they've got, that can kill you a bit more quicker. As long as you get rid of it, as well as get some health as well at the same time, you'll be fine. As well as Motec gets some as well. And then you'll be all good. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. There's some more gone. Now where are we at? We're battle 43. Also, once again, this thing can knacker your things out as well. Depends on how far you get. As well as when you're using the buttons several other times. For whichever kind of thing you want to do. But as long as you don't do it as many times, then you'll be fine. He's gone. What's next? Some more of those. So like I say, as long as you use the magic arrow, I'll knock a fair few enemies upside down, fall on their backside. Just like that. And then you'll be fine. There's a couple more there. Incoming. That's I didn't want him. As well as when you're using the magic bow, what you want to try and do is make sure you can see many of them together. For you to get them to fall on their back to smack their head against the floor. To kill them a bit more quicker as well. So there's that option there for you. Also, Squaddy can do a little bit as well, if you need it. With L1 and square, don't forget. Also, the ones on the floor that falls down, you want to try and go for those first. When they fall over, or whichever ones fall down. Before the other ones get there first. Especially the ones that stand still on their feet. Now, we don't know precisely how long this recording is going to be, but at least it gives you a good chance of knowing what to do in this level. And there's more of those fiery arrows as well. Right, you can have one of them. You can have one of those. Also, when you move into certain battles of this level, the music tune will change a bit as well. Instead of having the same bit, just to keep you amused and possibly feel excited or relaxed while you're kicking shit out of the enemies that you've already had trouble with, or a bit concerned that you're going to die that fucking easy. Oh, you're over there. Sometimes these these enemies that gets in the way, especially the tall dudes that will just get in the way to make you say, "Where am I? Where's everybody?" That's another one of those things that can make it a bit more tricky up. $49 so far. Where's the other ones? Oh, they must have died down on the floor earlier. Excuse me. Right, I don't know besides how many battles there are exactly, but It's just like a competition of, you know, in your own school. Oh, you're trying to stop me from using that, are you? Cheeky. So as you can hear,
Feel better.
the music tune's changed a little bit as well. Also, Motec could be in a spot blow up very, very soon.
Stay focused.
Oh, you got up. You got up. Motec's got a load of health back, so it keeps me in one piece for now. Now we're up to level 52. You can have a bit of that. Nope. There we go. No. No. Oh. That's it. That looks like that's it. So there you go. We have done over 274 enemies. Motec's only done 104. Part of the green stuff that you pick up, which we've got 1,915. Motec has picked up 764. Difficulty is on easy. And of course, the maximum of the battle, or battles, or levels, but I'm going to say they're battles, and we've only done 51 of those. How about that? So there you go. There is, on the right hand side, with 51 levels complete, as well as, once again, you can do as many as you want, or try and get a bit more higher of the levels that you do, of enemies that you kick the shit out of. As well as, of course, it doesn't have the egg, but also, once again, I will show you that you've got all of the eggs collected on this one, and that one there, that one there, that one over there, that one over there, also here, down this end as well, all the way across to here, and finally that one right there as well. So there you go. Right, that is it for today. Next time I will be doing another game for you to see, with possibly a 100 cents on it, but I'll have to think and see where I want to go with it. Also, there's other games I've done as well for you to check out on my YouTube channel. And once again, thanks for watching for the game that is ERAGON. Basically, So, there you go. Also, you want to keep saving it as well. But also, when you're doing levels like these, when you complete one without the egg, or haven't or have, or save it, and you can just go back onto the ones that you missed the egg or whatever. Especially this one here, because once again, if you complete it without the egg, you have to do it again to unlock this one. But also, once again, if you do collect the egg without dying, then you'll have the egg collected with the level, which will be this one for you to unlock to go with. But also, once again, if you do collect the egg and you haven't completed this level by kicking the shit out of Durza, and you've just died with the egg that you collected, and you say, no, I'm not doing that one again, you can do, because still this one will be unlocked for you to have that. So it works either way. Okay, so if you do complete this level without dying with the egg you collected, you still have this one unlocked for you to do. But still, if you do collect the egg and you die, and you say fuck it, I'm not doing it, you still will have this level unlocked as well. Okay, right, that is it from me. Once again, next time I will do another game, and I will catch you again soon. Take care.